What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I want to talk to you guys about letting go of the past, letting go of things, persons, situations that do not serve you, so you can move forward with your life feeling more free, happy, abundant, and whatnot. And so this is actually a workshop I did. I'm currently hosting a challenge, and it was a very, very powerful workshop, and I asked you guys on my Instagram if it was something you wanted to learn a little bit more about. So I decided I will give you guys some clippets on kind of what I went over and to see if it can really help you move forward and letting go of your past, because holding on to your past does nothing for you. It does not serve you. It keeps you staying there, stagnant, and you just can't move forward. And I say this from experience because I used to dwell and live in the past and then worry about my future, and I was not being present. And if we're not present, then we're not able to do the things that we want to be able to create the future we want, right? So let's get into letting go of the past, how to do it, and all that fun stuff. So first, what I started off with them was just understanding, why do we hold on to the past? There's two main reasons. The first one is just the need for certainty. Certainty is one of the 6 basic human needs that we want, and we just want to feel certain. We want to avoid the unknown, which is the future, right? And so by living in the past, you're certain because you already know what happened, and it happened already, so you're very certain about that, right? And the reason why we don't like the unknown is because we want to avoid pain, discomfort, like just literally the unknown. The second thing is just linking information to emotion. And so if you went through an event, a situation with a person, something, and had a very, very strong emotional pull, you can get triggered and you can remember that past, and instead of learning how to let go, forgive, and lay it to rest, it can get triggered again. So like an example is like on 9/11, you probably remember exactly what you were doing, where you're at when that happened, because that was an emotional tie during that time, that information, right? Does that make sense? So when there's emotion tied, it just is harder to let go. Like maybe sometimes you don't want to let go of your ex after a breakup, or the fact that your parents got divorced and they're never going to get back together. Like those are just emotional things that bring up difficulties for you to let go. And so the issue is that when people do not have the tools or the ways to learn how to work through it, to heal it, to move past it, to let it go, we repress those emotions. We put it in a little black bag, we repress it down, and that gets put into our body, and that's not good. We need to learn how to feel those emotions, release them, and learn how to work through it. Because it's not meant for us to hold on to anger, sadness, guilt, breakups, death. Like, we're not meant to do that. Our unconscious mind is meant to learn how to learn from it and let go, not hold on to it. It literally does us no good, and I promise you, I'm telling you from experience. And sometimes maybe you don't want to work through those emotions because it's embarrassing, it's too painful. Maybe you just don't want to cry and look like a crybaby. Whatever it may be, you need to learn how to release that. That's just energy trapped in the body. And the issue with ancient times, how they dealt with things, in our times, is that if you experience an emotion, especially out of nowhere, you tend to panic. Like, what's wrong with me? Like, why do I feel this way? And we tend to deny, avoid, and self-medicate. I was on depression medicine, I was on anxiety medicine because I just didn't want to deal with things and deal with myself and who I was. It was so bad. And I just kept pushing the feelings down. I was like living in the past, but I didn't want to live in the bad past, so I would like repress that. It was just a whole mess. And it confuses our unconscious mind, because like I used to be like, I just want to be happy, and my mind would be like, then let go of sadness. And I'd be like, no, but I just want to be happy. And let go of the sadness. You grow through what you go through. You have to feel it. You have to go through it. You got to learn through it. You got to learn how to release it, to then let go, to then be that state that you want, that happiness, right? And so if there's like a specific moment as you're listening to this and you're like, I want to let go of something, I want to let go of my ex, or something that you already know that you want to let go, you can do that consciously. You can have a little ceremony, you can write a letter, you can burn it, you go to a therapist, go to a coach. That's like a conscious thing. You're choosing to let it go. But sometimes these unconscious pains of the past come up. So like everybody experiences this. You're having a great day and then boom, all of a sudden you just feel really, really sad or angry, or you just start crying out of nowhere and you're like, what's wrong with me? What's going on? Maybe you just think of a memory and all of a sudden all these emotions come up with this memory and you're like, what the heck? Like, what's going on? That's literally your unconscious mind that's telling you it's time to let go. So you want to feel through it. You want to release that. Just let it go. Like, allow yourself. Don't judge yourself for it. Let that shit go. Does not serve you. Does not serve you. And when those emotions come up, express gratitude from it. Be like, okay, thank you. You're giving me a sign that I need to let something go. Maybe something was in your body that you need to release. This is just trapped energy in your body. Or maybe you're like, okay, I need to dig deeper into this situation. Maybe I thought I like was over him. Maybe I need to journal and like work through it. Whatever it may be, express gratitude from it because you're going to grow and learn from it, right? If you're just like, oh, but letting go is just so hard. Like, I just don't know how to let go. That's a belief. That's a story you're telling yourself. And it's all about the stories you're telling yourself. If you tell yourself, it's hard to let go, it's not like I look weak for crying, those do not serve you. Change them. It's easy to let go. It's okay to feel emotions. I am a forgiving person. I trust my unconscious mind to let go of things when it is needed. It's the story and beliefs that you tell yourself. So start shifting those beliefs and stories, right? Okay, so let's kind of go into like how to let go. So first, we need to acknowledge what you need to let go. So the one next question I would ask you is, what may be something you need to let go of or release? Think about that. Write that down right now if you're watching this. Then ask yourself, is keeping this memory or holding on to this serving you, or is it doing more harm to not forgiving, not letting it go, thinking about it, constantly dwelling about it? 3, why? Why are you still holding on to it? What fears do you have around letting it go? What attachments do you have to it? Ask yourself why. Why? Because if it's not serving you, then why are you holding on to it, right? Ask yourself what's going to happen to you, your life, whatever, if you continue to hold on to this, if you continue to live in this past, if you continue not to forgive. And then ask yourself what will happen if you do, if you set yourself free, if you can just move past it and let go. What could you create in your life with all that new energy in your life, that new space? What can you welcome into your life? Like, how do you want to feel? How do you want to like go about this? How do you want to feel when you think about that person or that situation? Identify these things for yourself, because if you don't identify them, then you're not having these awkward, uncomfortable conversations with yourself to then be able to move past and let go of the past or a situation, right? So briefly, I believe the steps of letting go is 1, acknowledging the past and accepting it. If we don't acknowledge that it happened, if we're in denial, that's doing us no good. We need to acknowledge it, we need to accept it, we need to identify it, so then you can work through it and then be able to let it go. So first thing is acknowledging it, accepting it. Second thing is stop blaming others. If this thing that you can't let go is because he did you wrong, your mom did you wrong, whatever, you blaming someone else is doing you nothing. Because at the end of the day, you're only responsible for your happiness, your feelings, your actions, and whatnot. And when you're blaming them, you're giving them the power over the situation and over your life and over your feelings. And in reality, you got 3 fingers pointing back at you, meaning it's your responsibility to choose to take control of how you feel, what you think. So you gotta stop blaming others. Third thing is pretty much what I said, determining why moving forward and letting go is necessary. If you don't realize how much damage it can do to you, how much it's not serving you, and if you don't identify how much beautiful free space you might have by letting it go, then you're most likely going to just sit there and continue to dwell and live in the past. You need to have a great sense of purpose to be able to let this thing go. What will happen if you do let it go? What will happen if you don't? Give yourself that why. Like every time you think about it, nope. I'm choosing to change my thoughts and feelings around the situation. Fourth thing is just becoming aware of the emotions that you have regarding this person or the situation. And maybe your go-to feeling or emotion is anger, sadness, irritation. Identifying those. So every time you think about it, you can be like, oh, hold up, I identified this. I'm choosing to shift my thoughts so I can choose to shift the way I'm feeling about it. And that kind of leads you into the 5th thing, which is like training your mind. Your mind is just like a muscle, just like everything else. You gotta train it and you gotta learn how to forgive. And forgiveness does not mean, oh, what you did to me was okay. No, no, no. Forgiveness means I'm not okay with what you did, but I'm choosing to drop this and let it go for my own sanity, for my own health, for my own happiness, right? So training your mind to shift your thoughts, to then be able to shift your feelings, to then be able to learn how to forgive and let go for you. Do this for you. Don't do this for anybody else. Do this for your future self so you can be happier, so you can live life better, so you don't have to hold on and with resentment or grudges or anger. Like, no, we were not meant to feel those negative states. That's doing you nowhere. That's getting you nowhere, right? There's literally a quote from Star Wars where it's like, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Holding on to anger is doing you no good. It's not going to get back at them. They don't care. It's doing you no good. You got to learn how to forgive and shift your thoughts. Sixth thing is like to change, you know, change your environment. Surround yourself with more positive people. Maybe the people that won't trigger you from the past, that you can move past this. And do some more personal growth and development. This means working on your mindset, working on your limiting beliefs, working on the things you tell yourself, your mood, because everything is a decision. It's your choice. You get to choose your thoughts. You get to choose your feelings. No matter how shitty life can be, life is always happening for you, and it's always for a lesson. And you know what? I say this because I used to be the most negative person. I used to be grumpy. I used to be irritated. I was just poor me, victim, anxious, sad, depressed. No, I one day said enough. It took time, and I went into personal growth and development, but I learned how to retrain my mind and be more positive. And that's exactly what I get to do with my clients. So it's absolutely amazing to be able to take everything that I've learned to help absolutely transform myself and my life and get really clear on who I am and help my clients. And if you're like, damn, I need some guidance and help, you can send me a message, an email, or apply in the description box below. And the, seventh thing is, to kind of wrap it up, is just changing your thought patterns. And that kind of ties into, changing your personal growth and working on yourself. But the main things to just kind of wrap up how to learn how to move on and let go of the past is to identify it. What is it that you need to let go of? And why are you still attached? What are the fears? What are the attachments? What's going to happen if you do let go? What's going to happen if you don't let go? And then learning how to be able to shift your thought patterns and change your environment and learn how to forgive and work through it, release those emotions, journal through it, meditate through it, hire a coach, get therapy, whatever it is you need to do. Once you identify it and you become to terms with it, do what's best for you to then be able to feel through it and go through it and let it go. It's one day at a time, okay? This isn't like, oh, okay, I'm over it. Like, this is a little by step process, but you can do it. First, you gotta identify it. You gotta see how much harm it's doing for you and how much beauty in life can learn how letting it go and forgiving for your own sanity, right? I hope this makes sense. This is a little bit more of a YouTube version, so I don't get to go as deep. And take some time tonight, answer those questions for yourself, and then allow yourself to feel the emotions. Maybe it was your mom that did you wrong. Maybe it was your grandfather. Maybe it was your ex-boyfriend. Whatever it may be, work through it. And if any emotions come up, embrace it, welcome it, be grateful for it, because it's allowing your body to release that energy that it needs to, and it's allowing you to work through it to be able to heal from it and let it go and not let yourself live in the past, okay? Let me know if this makes sense. Comment below if you have any questions, any remarks, any whatever. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram here at Tatiana_Kuto. I know this is nice, quick, and brief, but I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an inside look of my coaching, my workshop that I did, because it could be really, really powerful if you really just take time right now to sit down and do the work. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.